Morning. How is everybody today? It's Friday.
It is Friday. Cheers.
We're very excited.
See the extra big cup of coffee?
32-ounce cup of coffee. I bought that coffee cup for him last Christmas, and
Yeah.
he absolutely loves it.
Yeah.
But it is mostly decaf.
It is mostly decaf.
So I guess it's something. Mine is not. Actually, mine is decaf today,
Yes,
but I
yeah.
only have 16 ounces.
Right.
You know.
Yeah,
it's
you want
bad.
decaf today, yeah.
How was your workout?
Oh, it was hard today. You know, I was just, I guess, tired.
I think it's because you fasted yesterday, or
No, I don't think it had anything to do with it. I think I was just tired. I mean, you know, just sometimes you're tired. I don't know. I don't know what the.
Did you sleep okay last night?
I felt like I did.
Okay.
I was very snuggly.
You
very
snuggly?
comfortable.
That's good. That's good. What'd you do in the gym?
Today was back. I did actually back. I did a little bit of hamstrings and I did calves.
Why did you do hamstrings with back?
Extra credit. The teacher told me if I do hamstrings with back, I can get some extra credit, so I went for it.
Okay. How you didn't do hamstrings when you did legs?
I
You
did.
did. I saw you doing them.
Right.
Yay you. You're very strange. All right, so you did your back exercise. That's good. Yay.
Yeah.
What did I do today? I did chest today. I also did a couple of catch-up things where the battle ropes haven't been available this week, so I did battle ropes today, which is more of
Okay.
a back and shoulder than it is chest.
That's good.
And then I did the medicine ball slams, which again, more shoulders than it is, and core than it is anything else. But it's
Right.
available, so I did that.
Good.
And then I did chest. And then I did, what we were talking about, those step over things, when you build this step and then
Yes.
you come, I don't know what it's called, guys, but you build a step that's like a foot tall, and then you put one foot on it and you jump across it like that. I did a bunch of those. And I actually had to be really careful because if I set too much of my weight on my outside foot when it's on the floor, my knee complains. So I had to really be conscious about keeping my weight on the middle of the step as I went back and forth.
We'll coin those step crossovers.
Okay, that's what we're going to call them, apparently, step crossovers. And then I was doing abs, and I had just started stretching when you walked in and saved me from exercising.
And I went, here I come to save the day.
He did. He sang in the gym this morning, you guys. So, what are you doing for breakfast?
I'm having oatmeal, and with it I'm having spirulina, the Vega organic
Protein.
hemp seeds, not flax seeds, chai seeds, MALA or AMLA,
I'm amla powder.
right?
Yep. And then you have a banana.
Banana and blueberries. I forgot the blueberries.
Forgot the blueberries. You should probably do that.
Wow.
But so yesterday, when I'm having a smoothie, you guys saw me get out the stuff for this smoothie on Wednesday. So part of it's left over, so I'm gonna eat what's left of that, and if I'm still hungry, I'll have an apple with some peanut butter on it. So yesterday, you found an article that was titled, like, what was it titled? Why people fail at being vegans, or something like that.
I forget the title.
I have it up here. Let's see. Oh, stop pretending people can be vegans.
Yes, Americans, I think, wasn't it?
Was it American?
I think
Yeah.
it was actually specific to Americans.
But it was really,
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty angry, annoyed article.
Negative.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I'll post it in the comments after the video, so if you guys want to read the article yourselves, you can. But the premise of the article was that Americans are never going to decide to be vegan because they don't care enough about the environment, and they don't care enough, in general, it doesn't matter to them. And it's an interesting point, because I think why you choose to change your lifestyle is a strong indicator of whether you'll succeed or not at doing what you're trying to do. And the environment is for me at least, a very abstract concept. Right. And it feels like I could do absolutely everything in my power to save the environment, and it's not going to make even a minute difference.
Right. And like I said to you, I believe most people want to help the environment. They want to do things that are better for the environment.
Right.
Until it gets inconvenient. And that's the reality of it. We live in a society of convenience.
Right.
You know, and when things become inconvenient to do the right thing, I feel like a lot of people just say, okay, well, never mind. You know, it's unfortunate, but it's not the reason to me.
Especially if you can do it in private.
Right. It's not the reason why you would want to be plant-based.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the argument she also made, one of the things she said in her article, was that people in studies say that they don't like how being, vegan, plant-based, vegetarian. What's the matter?
Nothing. I got it.
Okay. Make them stand out in the crowd. It makes them different. And I asked Russ, I said, well, what are your thoughts on that? And what did you say?
I forget. No, what did you just say?
Are you not listening to me?
I was preoccupied. Sorry, love.
I said that people don't like the way they stand out in a crowd.
Oh, yes. And so my answer to that was that's never bothered me because I've never really concerned myself with how other people felt about me in the crowd. Like other people's opinion. I mean, listen, I'm not saying go out there and be this, never showering, grungy, obnoxious, rude person. What I'm saying is, if you're doing something for yourself, how other people perceive it, like for your health, for instance, other people's perceptions of that, whether, oh, you're this or you're that, shouldn't be a concern. It's you're doing something for a good reason. Don't get caught up in the, what will other people think mode.
Well, and I know for me, because I know, you guys remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, we went out to dinner and I asked the server about options, vegetarian options, and he was really pretty condescending and rude about it. Well, you can read, you know what's on the menu. That for me was the first time I really felt like, wow, that didn't really work for me. That was really uncomfortable.
Right.
And so I think that's a real thing. If if you try to be vegan or vegetarian and you're out, people can be super judgmental about it. And that's something that you have to make a decision on, how important is your health to you, versus your discomfort in the moment. Russ is trying to make sure that our screen isn't pixelated, but he can't find it on his phone.
No, I can't find it.
So
keep going.
Oh, you want me to just keep going by myself? This is an R&R thing, not a Robin by herself thing.
Sorry, just give me a second then to figure out if I can get this up.
So I'd be really interested in hearing from you guys, how you feel about that. If you have, any kind of diet restrictions, whether it's gluten or dairy or, eggs, or you're vegan or vegetarian or you're plant-based, or, whatever choice you make that makes you just a little bit different than the standard American diet. What's been your experience with that? Do you feel like it makes you weird or in the crowd in a weird way? Oh, look, Russell Berzano joined our video.
Yeah, look at that. I knew that guy would do it eventually.
I guess he found it. It looks like it's not pixelated, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Which is the reason why we want to pay attention. We've had a few issues lately with the pixelation.
Yeah, the pixelation.
But back to this article.
So I do then wonder, what is a good enough reason for someone to decide to change their lifestyle?
Right.
And if you don't choose a good enough reason, does that risk failure? And what is failure really?
What is failure? Right.
So we talked about that some on the way home from the gym too. Is this article talks about 85% of people fail at being vegan or vegetarian. And I don't really know what that means. I think, does it mean that you never, ever, ever eat meat again? Well, then, you know what? We're a failure at that, because that's not our goal. It's not who we are. It's not what we're trying to accomplish.
And I think that goes to the article, which is why I didn't agree with a lot of the article. Is the article's premise was that you go vegan to save the environment.
Save the planet, yep.
And vegan's a whole, and it is. Vegan is a whole political statement.
I know somebody yesterday wrote on our thing that it's not political. But I feel like the term vegan, choosing not to eat meat is different than being vegan in my mind. That doesn't make it right, but in my mind.
Yeah, and what I was going to say is similar to that. I was going to say all the people I've ever known that have been vegan, they also will not wear fur. They do all the cruelty to the animal stuff. They protest. They petition and all that stuff. I mean, they're really about no animals used for food, any source, any kind, any way, or clothing, or any of that, and how animals are treated.
And that's great.
That's my experience of veganism. And the people that I've known that have gotten involved in it. We're plant-based. Totally different thing. I'm not supporting wearing a fur coat, but I'm not getting upset if somebody is either. I mean, that's kind of how.
Good thing, since my aunt gave me one.
Right, exactly. So that's kind of where we come from, or where we're coming from, I should say. So, that's the difference for us. So
what does fail look like?
All right, that's where we're going. So the article is talking about failure. So failure, according to this article, is if you have one day where you have a Ted's Montana Grill 3-ounce burger once every 6 months, then you have failed at your veganism diet.
Right.
That's not what we consider failure.
And I feel like for us, it's more we have different goals, I guess. We're not trying to save the planet or, be these people who are, changing our carbon footprint. Although that's been a nice, as you said in the car, auxiliary option.
Our carbon footprint has got to be minuscule compared to most people. I mean, what do we have, folks? We have garbage. So we pay for garbage every week, and we throw garbage about once every 3 weeks.
And it's not full.
And it's not full. Yes.
The only time I ever fill the garbage can is if I decide to put, when I do our fall cleanup and I put like scraps from the plants outside in it, if I don't turn them under, that's the only time we have a full trash can.
And it's very possible I'm putting 2 or something in this today.
You're not paying attention?
I
can't tell if you have chai seeds in there or not. We'll go back and watch the video and have to tell whether you had chai seeds.
First of all, folks, this is pumpkin
Those
seeds.
He doesn't even have the right seeds
work.
out. So I think the point being is that you have to choose to change your lifestyle for a reason that matters enough to you, and choose what success means to you. Maybe you just want to do 1 meatless day a week, and that's a great place to start.
That's the one thing that the article talked about, which I did agree with.
Monday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if everybody, the number's astronomical. If everybody in this country decided to do like a meatless Monday, that it would knock down the carbon in the atmosphere by like billions of some kind of number. It was just ridiculous of just that one day. So if you're environmentally concerned, that would be a good way to approach it.
Just 1 day, and even 1 day is going to help your health too. I mean, not as much as 7 days, but certainly better than none days.
Right.
And so I think that that's something. But we were talking to somebody in the. Can you close that? It makes me really nervous.
Yeah.
Can you imagine chai seeds everywhere?
I'm trying not to make a lot of noise. These things make noise when you close them.
Yeah, valid. I was talking to somebody in the gym today who said she really wants to start fasting because she recognizes the health benefits, but she wasn't really sure how to go about it. So we talked about that some today in the gym. She asked some questions. So I think it's a matter of choosing a reason that matters to you. For us, it was because of our health. That's what mattered. That's what drove us, and that's been motivation enough. I talked to somebody at an event last night who came up to me and said, "Hey, I see your videos. Great on you. I could never do it." And that to me is just, I don't know, it's a choice. You choose to do something, whether never is pretty intense, actually.
Right.
So, what's the matter?
I just saw that blink, and I wanted to make sure our screen didn't go to pixelation.
It's all good.
Keeping an eye on it, folks.
It's all good. So, do you have any plans this weekend?
I'm going to spend them with this tall, gorgeous blonde.
Really?
Yes, that's my plan.
All right, well, that's good. I'm going to try and make some vegetarian or vegan chili this weekend, so we'll see what that turns out like. I'll post pictures and what I did. If I use a recipe, I'll show you guys that. And if I use a recipe, that I'll change it somehow or another.
Right.
So I'll.
Recipes are just a starting point.
They're just a place to get ideas.
Exactly.
But I'll definitely post in the R&R on the R&R Journey page. I'll post pictures and the recipe I use and what I do and that kind of thing. I do want to say again, please take our survey. I'll post the link in the comments again today.
It helps us get a direction.
Yeah, it helps us know how we can best help you guys. Whether we need to do whole food, whether we need to do whole food plant-based, whether we need to do fasting, whether we need to start with the exercising.
Whether you have a particular question or something that you want us to look into and see and get our opinion on what we can discover about it.
So don't feel like I said it to the woman in the gym. I said, "Did you take our survey?" And she's like, "No, I'm sure there's a lot of people taking it, so I didn't." Please don't feel that way. Every single opinion matters, and I read every single one of them. So please do take the survey. It would be so helpful for us if you would, do that for us. It's at the top of the R&R Journey page, so you can find it there, and I will post the link in the comments to this video when we get done doing it, along with the link for the article that we talked about. And the white Americans could never be vegan.
Right.
And we should. Her thing was we should just stop talking about it.
Right. Yes.
So, did you have anything you wanted to add? You seem really interested in eating. Did you want a banana?
I will get one.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh, he doesn't want me to get him a banana right now.
Yes. I mean, I have nothing else to talk about today, except for it's Friday, so that's good.
Yeah, you're very out of it. You said you had a tough workout.
I had a tough workout.
Not engaging with me here today.
I'm foggy today. I don't know. It's just
You need a nap.
I gotta snap out of it because I gotta start working pretty soon. So I'm gonna have to.
All right, we'll say goodbye to these fine folks since you're not actually talking to me.
Okay. Sorry about that, love.
Tell them bye.
Oh yes.
That's your job.
Bye now. So as we always say when we end our program or our video, is eat food, not too much, mostly plants.
Have a good weekend,
I hope
guys.
it's not going to be a rough weekend, folks.
Bye.